A deadly string of tornadoes, dramatic tales of survival, and the invisible damage, the lasting emotional toll. In depth tonight, the most wanted terrorists, new threats against the United States, the growing terrorist network. Health news. Taking two of these means billions for drug companies. Herbal supplements. Are they worth it? Are they safe? And the president's plan for the State of the Union, plus another politician and an intern, a story of truth and consequences.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw.
Coming up on NBC Nightly News, going mainstream, herbal remedies for practically everything, but are they worth it?
It is snake oil. It's just fancier. It's got the name of bigger companies on it.
But the big companies, they are big profits. And just ahead, the most wanted man in the world, an NBC News investigation, has a vast terrorist network spread to America. NBC News in depth tonight, the most wanted terrorist in the world, Osama bin Laden, charged as the mastermind of the deadly bombings at the American embassies in Africa last summer. Bin Laden is believed to be in his early 40s. His wealth he inherited from his father, and it's estimated to be between $200 and $250 million. Despite a $5 million bounty on his head, he may be ready to strike again. With an NBC News investigation, here's NBC's Andrea Mitchell.
5 months after the deadly explosions in Africa, the man accused of masterminding the attacks pledges to strike again.
The target is every American male who fights us directly or indirectly. He is our enemy.
Osama bin Laden at war with the United States every second of every day. According to counterterrorism officials who tell NBC News, his terror network now operates in 50 countries, training camps in 20. Only last week, U.S. officials fully expected a truck bombing at the embassy in Uganda. And NBC News has learned they fear his next weapon could be even more unpredictable, a kidnapping or assassination. So why can't the U.S. stop him? NBC News has learned the U.S. did come close, very close. According to the secret intelligence assessment of these satellite photos, taken after the U.S. fired 62 cruise missiles into bin Laden's training camps in August.
We came within yards, literally, of the cruise missile strike of taking out Osama bin Laden himself.
And he got away, obviously.
Well, by, happenstance, luck.
The hunt for bin Laden starts here, in the rubble of the bombed embassies. In just 5 months, 80 suspected bin Laden soldiers are arrested in at least 7 countries, including bin Laden's top finance officer, his personal secretary, both of the alleged Nairobi bombers.
Informants have been able to penetrate certain of his operations, electronic surveillance, satellite tracking, the cooperation of foreign intelligence services.
One crucial link in the network, Khalid al-Fawaz, bin Laden's London connection, here in an exclusive interview with NBC News shortly before his arrest, allegedly for helping pull off the embassy bombings.
The American administration are really responsible for these acts, for these incidents, by their irresponsible actions, by their behavior.
Now the FBI believes al-Fawaz could be the key to an American connection and attacks by bin Laden inside the United States. Documents seized from his London home reveal fax numbers in 10 U.S. cities, where al-Fawaz allegedly sent bin Laden's order to murder Americans. And even more evidence of bin Laden activity in the U.S. This post office box in Denver and another in Kansas City, rented by bin Laden's operation.
He has a sophisticated organization. He has more than ample funds. He has a lot of dedicated, well-educated people that are very loyal to him.
Like his one-time personal secretary, Wadi El-Haj. Until his arrest, his cover was managing a Texas tire store. In his secret life, the FBI says, a key bin Laden operative tried to recruit couriers in the U.S. to transport bin Laden's messages and money. These arrests, officials hope, will eventually lead to bin Laden himself.
We've got a pretty good idea where he is. The next step of getting him to justice is the harder part.
But bin Laden is defiant and relentless. Here he says he can wait months to combat, quote, the strongest enemy in the world. In fact, intelligence officials say it takes bin Laden 4 to 6 months to plan and execute an attack. Tonight, 5 months after the embassy bombings, they believe he could be ready to strike again. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.
And there's another crisis in Kosovo tonight. It may mean United Nations troops to deal with the brutal massacre of ethnic Albanians in that country. The United Nations Security Council issued a statement condemning the killing of 45 civilians in Kosovo, allegedly by Yugoslavian soldiers. But today, Yugoslavian forces continued their barrages of mortar and machine gun fire on the Kosovo village, the province where the massacre took place. Tonight, an estimated 3,500 refugees are looking for a safe haven from the attacks, and a sign that things could get worse. Yugoslav leaders now have ordered the American diplomat who heads the international observers monitoring Kosovo to leave the province. Up next, herbal remedies for everything from colds to depression. It's a huge business, but do these remedies really work?